to the next one. Stress, written accentuation and spelling natural stress. Okay, so words that end in a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, or the consonants N or S have their natural stress on the next to last syllable. So next to last, so this is the last, this is the one before the last. So next to last. And here's where you're gonna place the accent. This is the natural stress, the natural accent. So let's pronounce it cucaracha. And this is for words that end with a in a vowel, A, E, I, O, U. So cucaracha, mañana, triste, hablo, volumen, and this one over here because we have this rule right here. So, or the consonants N or S, N and S. Okay, so we have the vowels over here. Now we have N and S. So, volumen, examen, tomates. Words that end in any consonant other than N or S have their natural stress on the final syllable. Final syllable. So we have a D, which is not an S or an N. Salud. Amistad. These are the exceptions to N or S. Papel. Vegetal. Azul. Mujer. Cantar. Doctor. Nariz. Okay, so let me translate these words so you know what they mean. Cucaracha means roach. Mañana means tomorrow. Triste means sad. Hablo means to talk. Volumen means volume. Examen means exam. Tomates means tomatoes. Salud means health. Amistad means friendship. Papel means paper. Vegetal means vegetable. Azul means blue. Mujer means woman. Cantar means to sing. Doctor means doctor. Nariz means nose. Written accents. When a word does not follow one of these two rules, so okay, the two rules that we spoke about earlier, if a word does not follow these rules, it will have a written accent on the syllable that is stressed. So okay, so this one ends with a no, so you would think that the accent is on this one, this syllable right here, because that's the one before the last. But because this word does not follow that rule, you have to place an accent over here, which is this little sign right there. It's like apostrophe. Okay, so teléfono. And that's where the accent, where the stress lands. Lámpara, the same here, ends with an A. So you would think the stress is on pa, but not here. We have that accent right there. That's where the stress is. Lámpara, música, café. This one ends with an E. So you would think the stress is before that one, before the last syllable, but it's not because we have that accent. Café, canción, lección, difícil, fácil. Okay, so teléfono means phone, lámpara means light, música means music, café means coffee, canción means song, lección means lesson, difícil means difficult, fácil means easy. All right, so when you have words that do not have the stress, where we learn with the rules before this, you place an accent, and the accent is this little symbol. If a one-syllable word has a written accent, it means that there is another word in the language that has the same spelling but another meaning. So, for example, here we have two words that are exactly the same. Okay, but they mean two different things. And that's why you use the accent on them. So when you have one syllable word, but it has two meanings, then the second meaning, you have it with the accent. So for example, el, the, el with an accent, they are pronounced exactly the same. Means he. El with an accent, he. El without an accent, the or the. Si without an accent, if. Si with an accent, yes. Tu without an accent, your. Tu with an accent, you, as pointing at someone, you. Se without an accent, oneself. Se with an accent, I know. All right, I know that's gonna be difficult, but you have to memorize it. Just have to memorize it. There's no other way. If a two-syllable word has a written accent that does not affect the pronunciation, it means that there's another word that has the same spelling but a different meaning. So okay, so remember that rule that we learned earlier. So if it ends with a vowel, then the natural accent or natural stress is on the syllable before the last. Okay, so before this one. So example, este. But now we're learning over here that when we have two words that they have two different meanings, but the stress does not change, so it stays on the same syllable, then that means that there's two words with two different accents. Este means this. Este with an accent means this one. Ese means that without an accent. Ese with an accent means that one. All right. You're gonna have to learn that ones by memory as well. Interrogative words have an accent mark that does not affect pronunciation. Okay, so interrogative words like what, who, where, they have an accent, and that accent does not affect the pronunciation. So, ¿qué? What? ¿Quién? Who? ¿Dónde? Where? ¿Cómo? How? ¿Por qué? Why? ¿Cuál? Which? Spelling changes. Spelling changes. Okay, so Z to C. And this happens a lot in Spanish. So nouns and adjectives that end in Z change to C to form the plural. Okay, so if a word ends with a Z, like lápiz, and you want to turn it into a plural, then it's going to change into a C. That Z is going to change to a C. So el lápiz, the singular, now plural, los lápices. And see that? The C changed, the Z changed into a C. La nariz, singular, las narices. And there you go, that's the C. Feliz, felices. All right. So los lápiz, el lápiz means the pencil. Los lápices means the pencils. La nariz, the nose. Las narices, the noses. Feliz means happy. Felices is when you're talking about two people, they're both happy. So both of them are happy. Z followed by A or O changes to C before an E or an I. The sound of Z and C are the same. So, okay, so we have over here the za, but it's followed by an A or an O. For example, empiezo. it's gonna change to a C, and it's gonna be before an E or an I. So let's do this. Comienza, comience, and that Z changed into a C, and it's because it was followed by an A or an O. Empiezo, empiece. So okay, comienza means to begin. Comience means you begin. Empiezo means I begin. Empiece means you begin. All right. And so you're going to change that Z into a C because you're going to change that A into an E, or that O into an E. And that's the rule. Other spelling changes. All other spelling changes occur in order to maintain a required sound. Tocar, for example, has a hard C sound that must be preserved in other forms of the verb. If you see toque with KU replacing the C, it is to maintain the K sound. Okay, so tocar, when you refer, you're going to change it to toque, like you play. Tocar means to touch, but also means to play, like an instrument. So tocar is to play. Toque means you play, and you're gonna, in order to preserve that K sound, you're gonna change it to a Q and a U and a E and an E. Toque. Llegar, for example, has a hard G sound. Hard G, llegar, which must be preserved. If you see llegue with GU replacing the G, it is to maintain the hard G sound. Okay, so the reason why they're doing this is because otherwise, if you pronounce llegue without the U over there, it will be pronounced llege because of rules that we learned before. So the G before the E or the I is pronounced more like an H in English. So llege. But in order to preserve this sound from the original word, so llegar, we change it. We spell it this way to preserve the gra sound. So llegar, llegue. All right. And the same is true over here. Tocar, if we just leave it like a C and an E, it will be tose. That's how you would pronounce it. But because we want to preserve that K sound, we change it to Q-U-E. And that's how we preserve the K sound. Castilian Spanish. There are only a few differences in pronunciation between the Spanish spoken in Latin America and that spoken in Spain. So I'm from Latin America, and yes, I know that there's a difference in how both of us speak. So both the C that precedes E or I and the Z have the TH sound heard in English thought or thing. So for example, let's see, we don't have any examples over here, but said on the C, when you have an E or an I, for example, ceder means to allow somebody else to do it. So you would pronounce it, would be a C and an E. In Spanish from Spain would be ceder, ceder. Or cita, like a date in Spanish. Cita is like a Latin American C. In Spanish from Spain would be cita. O la Z, como el zorro, would be theta, el zorro, like the TH sound. Okay. When J or G precedes E or I, it has a slightly more guttural sound. Okay, so it is the Spanish, the ones that have this guttural sound more pronounced. Like for example, gesto means, which means a facial expression. Gesto, that's what it means. It's spelled with a G. It'll be like gesto, or with a with an I, it's like girasol, which is a flower. Girasol would be like girasol, something like that. It will be more guttural. Tips for pronunciation. While practicing, remember to keep the vowel sounds short and clear. Always use the Spanish R sound. Resist the use of the English R. So you know it's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's even hard for me. I learned English when I was older, so the R for me has always been a problem. And I think it's gonna be a problem for you and to try to learn the Spanish R, because it's not exactly the same as the English R. But you can do it. A lot of people have done it, and you too. Implode the sound of P and T. So as I said earlier, the P and the T are a little bit softer, not as explosive. Make sure there is no puff of air. Always pronounce Z like the letter S. Give the syllables an almost equal emphasis, a sort of staccato sound. Pronounce every syllable clearly and precisely in order to develop an even speech pattern. So yeah, this is gonna come with practice. You're gonna have to read out loud at home, and yeah, just keep practicing. And with those rules that I taught you, that's gonna help a lot. All right, so the alphabet, el alfabeto o abecedario, and this is how you pronounce the words in Spanish. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you A, B, C, Ch, D, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, R, S, T, U, V o V corta. I always learn this one as V. W, I mean in Spanish, W or W. Either one. I always learned it as W. X, Y, y Z. So that's how you pronounce it. Again, A, B, C, Ch, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Greetings and salutations. Hola means hello. Buenos días means good morning. Buenas tardes means good afternoon. Me llamo Susana. My name is Susan. ¿Cómo se llama usted? What's your name? Me llamo David. My name is David. Mucho gusto. Pleased to meet you. ¿Cómo está usted? How are you? Bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? Fine, thanks. And you? Regular, más o menos. So, more or less. Hasta luego. So long. Hasta mañana. Until tomorrow. Hasta pronto. See you soon. Adios. Goodbye. Alright, so let's pronounce it over here. Again. Hola. Buenos días. Buenas tardes. Buenas noches. Me llamo Susana. ¿Cómo se llama usted? Me llamo David. Mucho gusto. ¿Cómo está usted? Bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? Regular, más o menos. Hasta luego. Hasta mañana. Hasta pronto. Adiós. Alright, friends. That's it for today. I hope you found this very helpful. And I'll continue posting more videos like this if you're interested. And hopefully we'll do this again. See you. Bye.